Hey everybody, welcome to Greg's Beer Reviews. Hey, let's go see what's in the fridge today. Alright guys, thanks for stopping by Greg's Beer Review today. Today's beer is Hoppin Frog Mean Manalishi Double IPA, India Pale Ale. We did their regular one yesterday, and this is their double IPA. Wasn't blown away with the one I had yesterday. A lot of alcohol in it, and this is a double, so I can imagine. Also, this comes in, from what I've read, at 168 IBUs. So I'm really expecting this to be bitter. So let's get on with the show. This comes from the Hoppin Frog out of Akron, Ohio. It's an American Double Imperial IPA coming in at 8.20. Year-round serving, so if you can get their beers, you ought to be able to get this one. Food pairings, cuisines, barbecue, cheeses are peppery, Monterey, pepper jack, sharp, blue, cheddar, gorgonzola, limburger. I mean, all your stronger cheeses go with your IPAs. And the meat is game, grilled meat, and salmon. Glassware today, snifter, tulip, oversized wine glass. I got the Duvel glass. That's what I like to use for these beers, and it calls for those glasses. And it says it can be cellared with that high ABV, but it is a hoppy beer, so you will lose some hoppy characteristics of that. Also, the single had a lot of junk in the bottom of the bottle, so I'm not a big fan of that. Let's get it in the glass and see what we got. I can handle the yeast and stuff, but when you got floaties and stuff and big chunks in the bottom, I'm not a big fan of that. Right. I poured that fairly unaggressive. I didn't want a monster head on this one. This pours a rather reddish, almost a burnt orange color. With that light pour, I didn't get any head at all. We got quite a few bubbles streaming up from the bottom of the glass, so it's really not a clear beer. I can see light through it, but I cannot see. It's not transparent. It ain't like I can see right directly through it, so it is opaque. Give a nose on it. See what we got, guys. I'm getting a whole lot of that same maltiness that was in their single IPA that I did yesterday. So it's got a little easier, a little sweeter smell than the one I did yesterday. So maybe this one won't be quite as astringent. So let's see. Smells very sweet and malty, with just a little bit of the hoppiness to match it up. I mean, it's not jumping out of the glass with the hoppiness, because we don't know how old the damn beer is. There's no date on the bottle. So that's probably going to cost them a notch or two on the grade. When these fools will learn to put the date on the bottle, they'll get a better response from me. That's all I can say, man. If you ain't got time to put the date on the bottle, I probably won't buy your beer again. So, that being said, cheers, guys. Very much has the same malty touch, but it's not quite as astringent as the one I did yesterday. It's a little easier drinking. Of course, it's right out of the fridge. It's pretty chilled. It's about 40 degrees though. It's a strong beer. I mean, it doesn't come off like 168 IBUs. I mean, I've had more bitter beers than this. So, not too awful bad. I mean, I was expecting a lot worse after yesterday's beer. It just didn't sit well with me after I drank it, and wasn't too excited about doing this one. From what I've read, they do a better beer on their darker beers. Their stouts and stuff are a little better than their IPAs. But I want to give them the benefit of the doubt and do the review, make up my own mind. As long as you're aware you're drinking a above 8% beer. There's no surprise there. I mean, once you taste it, you can tell that it's a stronger beer. So this is a sipper, not a gulper. I'm gonna let it warm up and sip on it and see where we end up. This is a 22-ounce bomber. It's a big beer. And like I said, yesterday's beer had a lot of sediment in it. Not a big fan of that. So we'll see what this one has in the bottom of the bottle when I get down to it. And I'll be right back. We're gonna do that final grade, guys. So stick around. Alright guys, thanks for sticking around. Got just a little bit left in the glass. I've been sipping on this probably about 40-45 minutes now. It's room temperature. This is a strong beer. I mean, it's a double, but it's just like the other one, the one I had yesterday, the single. It's a strong alcohol presence in their beers. So I like to have one of their stouts and see if what everybody says is true. They're better at their stouts than they are their IPAs. A lot of bitterness, a lot of alcohol. I mean, it's got such a heavy alcohol smell, and you don't have it in the taste so much, but so overpowering in the alcohol that it turns my stomach when I try to drink something this strong right off the bat. Well, it's at 8.2%, so it's pretty stout. So it ain't like a 10 or 11%er, but I found this harder to get down than some of the 10 or 11%ers that I've had. So I'm rambling on, not flapping my gums anymore. Final chug, guys. Had their single, had their double. They're better than average beers, but they're not A beers to me. So I gave last night's beer a B. That's what this one's going to get. It's a B for me. I don't like the booziness. If it's 10 or 11, 12%, you're going to have the booziness. But 8%, it shouldn't be that strong in the booziness on the taste and the aroma and stuff. So, plus, on top of that, it don't have a date on the bottle, so they're lucky they don't get a C out of me. If it's going to get to the point where if you don't have a date on the bottle, I'm not even going to review it. I'm not even going to buy it. So it's going to come to that point. So I'm just tired of buying beer. I don't know how old it is. So with that being said, guys, as always, rate, comment, subscribe. Rate Beer has us at 99 overall, at 95 in the style, so they were impressed with it. And Beer Advocate has it at a B+. I'm going to give it the B, but it's not a B+ in my opinion. I've had better. That being said, rate, comment, subscribe again. See you tomorrow, guys.